Take yesterday off to adjust to that time change. All right, let's go ahead and start things off with a round of cameras across the region, shall we? This is a 78 in both directions. Coming at your screen is that drive coming in from Escondido, headed towards San Marcos. Things are fairly light, but as Evan just mentioned, it's going to stay dark for quite some time in comparison to the same time last week. The 5 in both directions, this is what it looks like if you're coming in from Cesar Chavez, headed southbound towards Chula Vista, and this is the 8 in both directions right at Lake Murray. Right side of your screen is that westbound drive as you exit from Oceanside in Escondido. If you're traveling in from Escondido towards Oceanside this morning, about a 15-minute ride, and here's what it looks like if you're making your way westbound in from the East County, anywhere between 3 to 7 minutes at last check. All right, well, we will be back right after this.
This morning.
Yeah. Speaking of the clouds, you could actually see a cloud deck hanging over the Vito towards San Marcos. So far, so good at last check. And this is more towards the East County. This is near La Mesa, Grossmont Center, that drive on the 8 West right at Lake Murray Boulevard. A little bit of brake tapping, but again, it looks like we're not looking at anything significant in terms of slowing. Look out for this, a crash on the right shoulder in the Golden Hills South Park area. This is right on the 15 north before you hit that 94 interchange. Coming up in about 5-6 minutes or so, we'll take a look at what your Tuesday travel times have in store. Netta, any slowing? In fact, right now we're at full freeway speeds across the board. It's fairly quiet out there and also dark, as we've been mentioning. As we go ahead and take a live look outside, here's what I'm talking about. Usually it's a lot more plugged up at this hour, coming in from the South Bay, making your way northbound towards North Park. And right now the 805 not looking too bad. Things are starting to pick up, but as far as speeds, we're still at average of about 65, 70 or so. Here's what it looks like on the 5. So right side of your screen is a northbound drive as you exit Chula Vista and head into National City territory. This is the 15 in both directions. That's that southbound drive as you make your way in from Citricado, Felicita, southbound towards Rancho Bernardo and Rancho Penasquitos on the 15. All right, travel times are in really good shape, 10 to 11 minutes right now if you're traveling on the 5 and the 15 south and from Oceanside as well as Escondido this morning. 15 full span of the 78 headed towards the 15 near the 5 in about 3 to 7 minutes for those westbound drives in from the East County. Steady speeds anywhere between 70 to 75 miles per hour or so. And these are your travel times coming in from the South Bay, Chula Vista, National City on average northbound 10 to 15 minutes and about a 10-minute ride now coming in from the Barrio Logan downtown area headed towards Coronado. All right, 6:12 is the time. Let's go ahead and pull up those border wait times and see what we are tracking. Look at that. We've got a pair of 90s coming in from San Isidro's port of entry. Same deal if you're crossing in from Otay Mesa's port of entry at last check this morning. Back to you guys.
On Tuesday morning.
Good morning. 6:20 is the time. We're still tracking this, a crash continuing to just kind of stay stagnant on the CAT here. It's blocking the right shoulder in the Golden Hills South Park area, and this is on the 15 north right before you hit the 94. So look out for that. May cause a little bit of slowing as you make your way on the 94 west, coming in from the 805 headed towards downtown this morning. All right, let's go ahead and switch gears and give you a live look outside. We are starting to see from Chula Vista as you cross into National City, passing the 54 connector. And this is the 15, still not too bad. Things are picking up slightly as you make your way in from Escondido near the 78, headed southbound towards the 163 connector. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at your travel times. We're still averaging anywhere between about 10 to 12 minutes to get you southbound this morning in from the North County. No major issues there. If you're coming in from the East County, headed west, anywhere between 3 to 8 minutes for those drives on the 94, the 8, as well as the 52. Eric? Guys, here it's still really dark out. This is the 805 as you make your way northbound. We have a parade of headlights as folks travel from Chula Vista headed towards North Park. And here is a parade of brake lights travel times have in store today. Eric? We go ahead and switch gears. We are seeing a fair share of slowing coming in from Chula Vista as you make your way towards National City. Right side of your screen is the thick drive headed towards the 54 connector in from East Street. And I'll check the CAD for you, but as of last check, there were no crashes. All right, look out for this. We got carpet, unfortunately, in the middle lanes. 163 north, right at Friars, near the Mission Valley Hotel Circle area. That may slow things down for you as you're making your way past the 8 freeway. About under 15 to get you southbound in from Oceanside and Escondido. How's that for your Tuesday morning drive? We're also still on the green coming westbound in from Lemon Grove as well as the College area. Starting to slow down a little bit in from Santee as you make your way from the 125 to the 15. Average speeds about 43 miles per hour. And of course, things are thickening up per usual coming in from Chula Vista National City. About a 15 to 25 minute ride headed northbound on both the 5 and the 805, and about a 10-minute ride just about that full span of the Coronado Bridge heading in from Barrio Logan downtown towards Coronado. Average speeds on the Coronado Bridge down to about 18 miles per hour. Netta.
Thank you so much.
It disorients me now because it's dark outside, but there's traffic, and I'm so confused with the time.
I know, it stinks because typically when it is dark, you're like, oh, it's still really early, the roads are really quiet. Yeah, not the case. I wanted to showcase that view on the 805 because that's where we're tracking a crash. It looks like it's in the right shoulder, on the right shoulder in National City on the 805 North, right at Bonita Road and East Street. So I tried to see if we can get a glimpse of the crash. This is a camera on the 805 facing anywhere between 5-15 miles per hour or so at this hour. Eric. Good morning. Happy Taco Tuesday. Look out for a crash. 2 left lanes. It's blocking the 2 left lanes in the Hillcrest area. 163 southbound as you approach 6th Avenue. So just near Balboa as you make your way into downtown San Diego. That may plug things up for you this morning. Look out for another crash. This one in the South Bay. So if you're headed northbound, maybe coming in from Telegraph, 8th Street, Main Street, Orange Avenue towards National City. This may slow things down for you as well. But right now, it's not looking like it's really doing much in terms of speed. Still at steady speed south of the 54, so that's good news. All right, let's go ahead and give you a live look outside. I tried Citricado and Felicita as you make your way southbound towards the Rancho Bernardo, Rancho Penasquitos area. Netta. 7:10 is the time. Oh man, those are toasty conditions on the way. All right, look out for this. We got a crash 163 south. Warning, about a 15-minute ride in from Oceanside and Encinitas, and about 20 or so full span of the 78 inbound from the 15. Netta. Let's go ahead and see what's forming on the freeways. We have a couple of crashes that we're tracking. This one's in the Balboa Park Hillcrest area. It's on the right shoulder of the 163 south as you make your way towards Washington. So this is likely going to slow things down if you're making your way in from Mission Valley headed southbound towards downtown San Diego. We have another crash on the right shoulder, this in Golden Hill on the 15 North right before you hit the 94. In fact, that crash has been active since 3 in the morning on the 5. Oh, I thought you were going to say a walk. I was like, Charlie, don't get a walk when it's that hot.
No, that's what I mean. Exactly. Keep them in.
Right now, too. I'm like, it's going to be hot Thursday and Friday, guys. All right, 7:40 is the time. Let's go ahead and start things off with our traffic maps. We have a couple of crashes. Look out for this one. If you're traveling on the 163 south, anywhere near the Mission Valley area, this is going to slow things down for you if you're headed towards Hillcrest or Balboa Park or even into downtown to get onto the 5. We have a crash on the right shoulder in Hillcrest. And because it's a slim freeway as it is, you can imagine that any sort of activity is going to back things up in a major way on the 163 south of the 8. We're also continuing to track this crash. This is slowing things down on the 15 North right as you get to the 94 into the Golden Hill South Park area near downtown San Diego. That's on the 15 right before you get to the 94 split. All right, here's what it looks like outside. It's a pretty brutal drive right now coming in from the South Bay. This is what it looks like on the 805. And then this is what it looks like on the 5. So you can't really opt for any other freeway to get around this slowing. Maybe you could take the 125 if you live in Eastlake, Otay Ranch. You're probably already used to that. But other than that, you're going to have to leave time for travel because we are at a crawl right now for both of those major freeways. Up in the North County, this is what it looks like on the 78. Stop and go coming in from Escondido, making your way towards San Marcos. Right side of your screen is that drive as you make your way eastbound towards the 15 connector. Travel times right now look like this. We're near 20 minutes right now to get you south on the 5 and the 15. Full span of the 78, about 20 minutes right now. Speeds about 50 miles per hour or so. And here's what it looks like westbound on the 94 as well as the 8, about 5 to 15 minutes, about a 15-minute ride. Full span of the 52 in from the 125. And take a look at this, 45 minutes to get you northbound from San Isidro up to the 94. That's not even factoring in the drive after the 94 to get to Mission Valley. So yeah, leave time if you got to get somewhere on time, like a meeting or maybe the airport. 25 meanwhile coming in from the 54 up to the 8. Eric? If you're using the 163 anywhere near the Mission Valley area, it is blocking the 2 left lanes in Hillcrest on the 163 south as you approach 6th Avenue, and traffic stop and go all the way to the 8. In fact, speeds down to about 20 miles per hour. And here's what it looks like from the South Bay on the 5 and the 805, anywhere between 25 to about 40 minutes or so. CBSA.com/traffic is where you can find more updates. We'll be back after these messages. And this crash involving an injury, it's on the 5 North right at La Costa, and it could likely slow things down for you if you're making your way inbound from Carlsbad south towards Encinitas this morning. We're also tracking another crash blocking the 2 left lanes, this in the Hillcrest neighborhood on the 163 south as you approach 6th Avenue. It's causing traffic slow all the way to, back to the 8 freeway. In fact, we're down to about 18 mile per hour speeds or so. Here's what it looks like. It looks like this headed northbound from San Ysidro, as well as shooting up from the 54 this morning. If you're traveling in from the East County headed west, either on the 94, the 8, or the 52, or anywhere between 7 to 17 minutes to get you westbound in from the East County, 20 to 22 meanwhile for those southbound drives in from Oceanside as well as Escondido. Now, this is a live look on the 5 in both directions right at Old Town Avenue. Right side of your screen is a north 805 northbound drive right before it splits into the 8 on-ramp before you hit that 8 interchange headed towards Murray Ridge. Look out for a crash. We have one involving an injury blocking the carpool lane on the 5 North right after La Costa Avenue near the Carlsbad area. And then we are also seeing reports of a car fire on the 15 South right at Gopher Canyon. All right, we will be back after these messages.